Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today I thought I would do a little bit of a different video. So I was thinking of just a kind of K-pop culture and diet commentary kind of video. So it was sparked because there's this K-pop idol I follow. Her name is Somi, and she recently came out, she recently had a comeback. So that's why I started talking with my friend about it, and then I also started watching more videos, and I just kind of wanted to have an overall kind of talk and conversation, maybe a bit of a critique on the K-pop culture, or maybe Korean culture, of just extreme dieting. So I'm sure most of you kind of know, or at least in Singapore, K-pop is kind of a big thing. A lot of people are fans, both guys and girls. So especially because we're an Asian country, and I think there's a lot of K-beauty as well. So people have, it's just well known, there's a lot of K-pop fans here in Singapore, and also in the rest of the world there's been, the K-wave or whatever. So also hope the lighting is okay. Side note, because I have soft boxes, but when I turn it on it's so bright. Yeah, so I think this is better. You can let me know in the comments. So anyway, like I was saying, I think most people are aware of the extreme dieting and standards that K-pop idols are held to, both guy idols and girl idols, and it's shown a lot on variety shows and just interviews of asking about their weight and their diets. So I just wanted to have kind of a more open conversation about it, because I've seen very mixed comments of people saying it's okay and versus people saying it's not okay. So as I was saying, this video idea was sparked by Somi's comeback video. So also a few days ago she posted a picture of herself on a weighing scale. I mean, it's her feet, but I guess it's herself. And the weight is 46 kilos. And she is, sorry, I'm just looking at the stats on my phone, and I think she's 170 cm. So that is considered underweight, of course. And when I saw it on Instagram, I kind of thought, do I still want to follow her or not? Because I feel like it's kind of a slippery slope to post your weight, and it's also a lot of the reason why influencers or celebrities, whatever, they don't post their weight, because it can be very triggering for some people. So yeah, speaking of trigger warning, we're going to be talking about weight and EDs and disordered eating and all of that kind of thing. So if you are triggered by it, maybe this is not the best video for you to watch. So like I was saying, I saw her post on Instagram, and then I was talking to my friend and I said, oh, this kind of makes me not really want to follow her, because I don't really like the idea of promoting being a certain weight. Like I said, it's hard because you don't know these idols and you don't know what they're doing and what their metabolism is, but I think it's quite clear to say that most of them are very underweight. It's unfortunately the standard of the industry to be below 50 kilos no matter what your height is. I also saw an article on, I think, Miss Korea Universe or something, 2018 or 2019, and a lot of the online K netizens were saying, why is she representing Korea when she's fat and she's overweight and she's all of this, and I think it was just because she was almost 60 kilos, but it was still considered like a low-ish weight for her height. So I think there's just this kind of idea that no matter what, you shouldn't be above 50 kilos if you're a Korean woman. So I thought I would read out some of the diets that I have seen online. So like I said, this can be triggering, so if you are triggered by these kinds of things, maybe don't watch. So for Somi, like the idol that I'm talking about, she has her famous banana diet where she lost 4 kilos in a week, which is insane. It's definitely not a healthy amount of weight to lose per week. And so the diet is 1 banana for breakfast, 1 banana for lunch, and 1 banana for dinner. So that's insane. It's, I don't know how much that is, like less than 300 calories for the whole day, which is definitely extremely unhealthy. You could lose your period, you could lose your hair, like on this kind of diet for a prolonged period of time. Then there's also a couple of famous K-pop idols like diet, like the soy milk diet, where you only drink soy milk. And then I think the most popular one is probably Suzy and IU's diet. So Suzy's is like chicken breast, sweet potato, and milk for breakfast, and lunch is brown rice and a salad, and dinner is 2 sweet potatoes. And I'm sure like you have heard of the paper cup diet, where you just eat the amount of 3 small paper cups. Yeah, so some of these, they really sound quite insane. Let me see. Yeah, the 3 paper cups one was popularized by 9 Muses. And then I think when you hear like what they eat, it really sounds quite scary and quite insane. And I think if you're not in a good headspace, and maybe you have a complicated relationship with food, or you have disordered eating patterns, when you hear like what they eat, it kind of makes you, I don't know, like if you're not in a healthy headspace, it can make you want to try these extreme diets, because they'll always say that, you know, they lost 10 kilos before their comeback and stuff like that. And another issue that I've seen is when people comment on these idols' videos, their fans, and like they say, oh, you're looking like a bit skinny, I hope like you're healthy and I hope you're alright. The fans will comment like, oh, they are just doing it for the comeback and they're completely okay and they look healthy, like they can dance, so why are you making a big deal out of it? And I don't know if these people genuinely think these idols look okay. I think it's quite visually obvious that they are really thin, but then again, like if you keep growing up and constantly seeing these images of really small people, you might just kind of generalize it and normalize it in your brain as something that's very common to see, and you don't see a problem with it because they look healthy, they look like they're having fun, they look good, they look pretty or handsome, so what's the problem? Like they're obviously having a good time. So I think that's kind of the problem. I do know that a lot of idols and celebrities have come out to say how they've dieted, and some have discouraged people from yo-yo dieting and crash dieting, which is good, but I think the overall vibe is just very nonchalant about extreme dieting. Like they'll just say like, oh, I really didn't eat much to prepare for my comeback, and the host will just be like, oh yeah, okay, well you look good, and that's it. Like there's no, at least not that I have seen really, like a commentary on is this healthy for people that are basically, maybe athlete is not the right word, but they are extremely active people, so they do dance practices like for many hours of the day. So they are basically like exercising plus not eating, which is just really bad. Also considering that many of these idols start training when they're really young, so like 13 to 15 years old, and then they'll start, and then you already get like hammered in this mindset to you that you shouldn't eat and like you have to be a certain weight and stuff like that. So maybe they don't see a problem with it. So I thought I would read some comments that I saw on another video. So these are just open comments that I've seen on K-pop diet videos, and I will like flash it on the screen so you can pause and read it if you want to. So this one was on, I think it's Abby Sharp's video. She's a dietitian and she was making a commentary video also on K-pop diet. So this commenter said, "The sad thing is a lot of these stars' careers would be ended if they performed at a higher weight. I remember Blackpink's Jennie getting on stage and the fans calling her fat because she gained maybe 5 to 10 pounds at the most, which I think is like 2.5 to 5 kilos. So the fans were outraged at their manager saying, how come Jennie gets away with being fat while the other members have to work twice as hard? A lot of the fans were even planning to boycott Blackpink because Jennie gained weight. Unfortunately, it's the public who is pushing these unrealistic expectations, and that's something that is extremely hard to change." So I really agree with this comment. It's very well written. So it's not just the industry itself that is pushing these young stars to conform to, you know, these crazy plans, but it's also the public sentiment itself that they kind of do not accept fat idols, which I don't even know how they think these people are fat because they're so fit and just like normal looking to me. So another comment, one female K-pop trainee said she and her friends literally bribed a male trainee to bring them food, and they cooked it between the plates of their flat iron for their hair. Not to mention there are countless compilation videos of K-pop stars passing out on stage. So that is true. If you have seen any of those videos, you can just search like K-pop idols fainting while practicing or while on stage, and it's quite horrific that they're just so malnourished and they just don't have any energy, and they're giving so much on stage and they just pass out. Like I said, they practice like, I don't know, maybe 5 hours or more a day of dance training. Probably more than that if you're a trainee. So I don't know, I think it's really insane and it's really quite sad. So like I said, the issue is that I think I see a lot of comments kind of saying that it's okay, or that, you know, if they want to do it, why is it a problem, or oh, they're naturally skinny, so like don't body shame them. I don't know about that last one, because I feel like obviously yes, people are naturally skinny and there are people that struggle to gain weight, but I think you can't like say that for the majority of idols, and even those that are naturally on the smaller side, I feel like they are pushed to be even skinnier than they are naturally. So yeah, it is scary, and I think in general the K-pop and just Korean music and acting media industry is scary. You know, there's a lot of mental health issues, which I'm sure we all are aware of. But yeah, just in general, perhaps, I don't know if it's something with the culture of the people itself, or is it a culture of the industry, or maybe a combination of both. Like I said, it's the industry pushing them, and also maybe the standards of the culture or the country. So yeah, and like I think it's quite common for people to just comment on your weight over there, and it's taken as, oh, you're trying to be helpful, or like, you know, I'm your friend so I tell you the truth, or you know, a family member will say to you that you're fat or that you've gained weight or something. At least my family members and my friends' family members, like my friends have told me about their own family and they don't say those kinds of comments, so I'm not sure if it's just a cultural thing. I was also thinking of all those videos online that are like, I used diet for 3 days and stuff, and even those, I've seen a lot that they try it and then they have a disclaimer that says, you know, I'm not promoting this and obviously this is unhealthy, I'm just trying it for the video and to let you guys know it's unhealthy, which I think it's good that people disclaim that, but also, I don't know, like what's the point of the video? I think if you're healthy, if you have a good mindset, you know that, you know, eating 3 bananas a day and that's it is not healthy for you. There's not really like a conclusion to this video. I think it's more of me just kind of having a verbal talk as if to my friends about just the industry and the really odd kind of discourse about the K-pop culture and especially like the diet culture, which is what I'm talking about. So it is really scary. I don't know, just like some personal information about me, I guess, that I have never had an eating disorder, but I do know people that have had. I would just say that I used to have an unhealthy relationship with food, and sometimes you just kind of catch yourself in bad or like not healthy ways of thinking. Like I also knew a girl in my school and she would just like not eat anything the whole day and then have like an ice cream. Or like I had another friend that she just literally ate like steamed broccoli and steamed chicken breast because that's all she thought was healthy. And just countless other friends that have had EDs, which obviously is not great. I think it just speaks to the amount of pressure that people are under to look a certain way. So yeah, if you have any comments on the extreme kind of diet culture and the nonchalance around it and kind of like downplaying it, I feel like it's never made to sound as serious as it is. Like I said, I always see like interviews and they ask, how did you like lose so much weight and how did you like look so good? And then they just say like, oh, I like barely ate, or I ate XYZ, and it's obviously very, very little amount of food. And I don't feel like there is an appropriate response, and I feel to me that would be shock for someone telling you that they're eating, you know, like less than 500 calories a day. Camera cut me off, but anyway, I was just saying that I don't feel there is an appropriate response. Like it's always very nonchalant about the extreme diets and people that are obviously either have an ED or have some kind of disordered eating or very unhealthy relationship with food, and it's just kind of met with acceptance. And yeah, basically, yeah, obviously there are a lot of K-pop fans that get bad raps for kind of justifying these unhealthy diets, which I'm not sure, are these people kids? Because I do know that some of the K-pop demographic is very young, like 12 to 15 kind of age. So I'm not sure, are they just like very young and they don't know or like what the deal is. And even so, if they were really young, I feel like that's even worse, because then they think that eating, you know, below 500 calories a day is good and it's fine because their idol does it and they look fine. So yeah, anyway, this was just like a commentary video. I think if you are involved in the K-pop community, you kind of know that these issues exist. Their ideals are not the same as Western beauty ideals. So obviously I understand that the body, like what is preferred, is going to look different, obviously, but I just feel like it has swung into a kind of very unhealthy range. So obviously no hate to these idols, because I think they themselves are extremely pressured. Like they have millions and millions of fans and millions of followers, and then they're hired by their company and they're under contract and they need to pay back money, they're in debt, whatever. Like, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, it's really scary that there's this like extreme diet culture in the industry, and probably that a lot of them have problems with food, which can just lead to very negative consequences if extreme dieting is done for a long period of time, like over years. You can like seriously screw up your metabolism, can lose your hair, you can like have very weak teeth and nails, can have brittle bones. I mean I'm not any kind of dietitian or whatever, but I think it's just common sense that if you're constantly undernourished for many years, like for example your career is like 5 to 10 to 15 years, like however long you're famous for or in the public eye for, you have to maintain this kind of image and this look. So can you imagine you're eating like 500 to 1,000 calories every day for like 15 years? Obviously there's going to be like detrimental effects to your body. So anyway, if you have any thoughts or just critiques about the industry or the culture, I'd be happy to start a conversation. I think that's more what this is about. It's just kind of a conversation starter and a commentary. So please comment it below if you would like to share all your own experiences with dieting. Yeah, so that was the video for today. It's kind of like just a talking video, nothing much. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!